In this video, I'm going to show you how to swap out your old deadbolt and handle set in exchange for the new Weiser keypad lock and handle set. Once you've got the handle set and lock unboxed, it'll require a Phillips number 2 screwdriver to release all the pieces from the cardboard backing. There's a separate box with all the mounting hardware. Here's the inside portion of the deadbolt, and we have one latch here for the handle set, and this is the latch for the deadbolt. There's a faceplate if that's how your deadbolt is installed, or there's the drive-in collars if that's the type of install you have on your current door. If it's a new door, then they come with handy templates for drilling all the holes required, and the installation for the electronic deadbolt is in this booklet here. With a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, it took a whole 20 seconds to remove these screws off the back side of the cardboard and free up all the hardware. We're going to start by removing the bottom handle set, this portion here, and then we'll move on to the deadbolt right here. To get the bottom handle set off, first we need to take this handle portion off, and there's a small Allen key. They provide you with the tool, the Allen key tool. There's an Allen key just on the back side of this door handle, and when you loosen the Allen key, this handle should slide right off, like so. Once that handle is off, with a flathead screwdriver, there's a couple of insertion points around the faceplate to get the flathead underneath, and you can just pop it off, like so. That's going to expose the 2 screws we need to get to remove the door handle mechanism. There's also a faceplate down here that secures to the bottom portion of the exterior handle. As well, there's a couple of insertion points to get a flathead underneath. Just take your time and don't scratch your door. And that comes off pretty easily. So now we have 1, 2, 3 screws to remove. For the bottom screw down here, it's a number 2 Robertson, a square head, and for the 2 inside the handle mechanism, it's a number 2 Phillips, the star head. We'll go ahead and take the bottom Robertson screw off first. Now before we go ahead and remove the handle mechanism, I always make this mistake. I was about to make it again. Slide the handle back on, open the door, and complete this next step with the door open. Once the mechanism is removed, you're still going to have the latch attached, keeping the door closed, and no real easy way to open your door. So in order to eventually, the last step will be sliding the latch out. Let's keep the door open just to make things easier. So with the door open, just ajar, making sure, being careful not to push too hard on the door for it to close and the latch to engage. We'll remove these 2 Phillips head screws. Now we're removing the second of the 2 screws, and once that last screw is released, there's nothing holding the exterior portion of the handle set. So I have somebody on the outside holding that for me so it doesn't drop. There, that is free, and because I have someone holding the handle set on the outside, it hasn't dropped and hit the ground. Thank you. Now that the handle set is free, it's time to remove the latch. You just drive your screwdriver into the open hole here and push it out. It should slide out nice and easy. Now it's time to install the new handle set. First, in reverse order, first we'll install the latch. Now this latch has the faceplate pre-installed. We're going to pop it off because we don't have a faceplate. Pretty simple. You just get a flathead in between the black faceplate or the finished side faceplate and the underneath. The 2 are just clamshell together, keeping the faceplate on. One comes off from the front, the other comes off, slides off the back. And now you have your latch exposed, and we slide over top the collar. There's 2 little tabs that line up with the holes on the collar. Just push it down until it clips into place. like so, and it's ready to be installed. Always make sure installing the latch properly, you want the curved end or the slanted end to face outward. As well, you have two options in terms of aligning this latch up with the mechanism for the handle. There's a slider, and you can extend it in length or shorten it, and it's marked on it. You have the option of 2 3/8 or 2 3/4, depending on your. Best way to know is to stick it in, and if the latch holes don't line up with the screws, the mounting points on the handle, then you can just shrink it or expand it as needed. Slide it in like so. Line up the handle. Have your trusted companion on the other side bring forth the exterior portion and mate it up. You can give it a little jiggle. It should help. There we go. One screw is aligned. And you must notice that I don't have the lever attached to this handle mechanism. It was on here out of the box, but with that same Allen key, I loosened and removed the lever, so I have better access to this second screw right here. Once both screws are in and you know your handle set on the outside won't fall, you can let your partner know it's safe to let go. And the last thing to do is screw the bottom screw in. Once both the two top screws and bottom screw are fastened, you can install the lever by tightening the Allen key. Lastly, you can install the cap over top of this screw, but a good time to wipe down everything before putting on that cap to get nice and close. I have some marks here from a previous install. I promise I took my time with this one, but just an example of what happens when you don't take your time. I've scratched the door, the white paint off of the door. The cap is a little bit larger. There we go. So it covers some of it. Now for the fun part, since this whole handle set wasn't really a big change, we had something very similar, just a different color beforehand. Fun part will be changing the deadbolt from the standard keyhole to the electronic keypad. To start, it's all done from the inside. We'll lock the deadbolt so the two screws are exposed. Two Phillips, number 2 Phillips. Unscrew those. And again, before completely releasing the second screw, make sure there's somebody on the other side holding the exterior portion in place so it doesn't fall out. And that person is going to come in handy as well, because once this screw is out, remember we have the deadbolt in the locked position in order to access these two screws. But we're going to want to open the door to get the deadbolt out, and we'll need the door unlocked for that purpose. So once I get the screw out, so my partner is going to keep the lock pressed against the door. So now I have the screws removed, but because my trusted partner has kept the outside portion in place, I could set it back over top and unlock the deadbolt and take it back off. Now on the outside, you can pull your side off as well. And we're left with the mechanism removed and the deadbolt in the unlocked position. Similar to the latch of the door handle, I'm just going to slide a screwdriver in and wiggle it out. Took a little bit more muscle, but with a screwdriver through, I was able to grab both sides of the screwdriver on either side of the door and muscle it right out. Now to install the exterior portion, the keypad portion of the deadbolt, you have this piece and a metal lock ring. If your hole is 1.5 inches, then you throw this out. If your hole is 2 1/8, you're going to need this ring, and it will fit nice and snug inside of your hole on the exterior portion before inserting this. We have the 1.5 inch, so we're going to toss that, and you have just the metal rod and wire that feeds through the hole. Actually, let's back up. I always forget, but the latch goes in first. Again, because I don't have a faceplate with my installation, we're going to remove the faceplate off of the deadbolt latch by inserting a flathead, as we did before with the handset latch. The exterior went flying, and the interior portion will slide off. There's some tape here in the way. This plate is a little more involved on the deadbolt latch. There's wings on either side you have to get underneath and pry with your screwdriver. You have to pry them out quite wide, and then this should pop right off. And then you insert the new collar, lining up the holes with the pins that are on the latch, and it should snap into place. There, I heard the audible click, and now that's ready to be inserted into the hole. Just like the other one, the latch comes in 2 lengths, and this one is a rotate. As you rotate it, it gets longer, and I need the longer portion for my holes to align inside of the opening here. So you just test that out with your own setup and see which length you need. And simply slide it into place, make sure that the deadbolt portion is nice and square. And now with your partner on the outside, they're going to feed the keypad portion. Oh, she doesn't have the keypad. That's right, the keypad is right here. Now your partner is going to feed the wire through underneath the latch and the metal rod through the center. And then on our end, we install this metal faceplate first. I'll back off the camera. It goes first and secures, and then the latch mechanism will bolt on to this. So first, we're just working with this metal latch. We feed the wire through the bottom port, as well as the metal brace. It's marked top, and we'll thread the screws through. With a number 2 Phillips. Once they're tight, your partner can let go of the keypad on the outside. Okay, you can let go now. Now to install the inside latch portion, first we're going to plug the wire. It snaps into place. And the flat bar here, you have to see how that's orientated. And by turning the deadbolt latch, you can mimic the inside, the insert slot in the same orientation, so it'll slide perfectly over top. And there's excess space inside here to hold and hide the wire, the excess wire. It slides right over top. Hold it into place, and there's 2 screws to fasten. And again, number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. Lastly, insert 4 AA batteries and slide the cover over top. And there you have it, a quick and easy install of this Weiser keypad deadbolt. Hopefully this video helped you if you were looking to install one yourself. Like and subscribe if you wish, and I'll see you guys in the next DIY.